Again, how are you? And we have a continuation of our discussion, and we are now in the solution of the differential equation. Okay, so what is a solution of a differential equation? A solution to a DA is in a non-derivative relation. So which means it is free from any derivative, no? Among variables which satisfies the differential equation or can produce the DA into an algebraic identity when substituted. So that is the characteristic of a solution of a differential equation. So under this part of the discussion, no? So we will be given pair of equations, no? You are given an equation with no derivative, and there is an equation also containing the derivative. So the equation which is free from derivative, no? So this can be a possible solution to the differential equation. A DA is an equation that involves a derivative, correct? Okay. But it's not conclusive to say that it is a solution because you still have to satisfy conditions, no? Like it mentions that it can satisfy the differential equation or can reduce the DA into an algebraic identity when substituted. Now, take note that I have a solution, and this is to verify, no? So the solution is the one with no derivative. So possible solution lang because at the subject for verifications, no? And the second one is the one that is containing a derivative. So this is the DA. Now, my DA contains a derivative of second order. First order derivative, so meaning the function will be differentiated how many times? Twice, di ba? Because the order indicates the number of times the function will be differentiated. Okay, so since your function contains, or your function y, a function of x, is involving an exponential function, so it would be good to recall the formula of finding the derivative of an exponential function. Okay, so here is the formula. The derivative of an exponential u is equal to the exponential u, and you take the derivative of your u with respect to x. Okay? What is your first derivative of your y? Okay, so we have c1 constant, correct? So c1 exponential x, your u is x, so times 1, correct? Because the derivative of x with respect to x is 1. Now, if we have the second term, the c sub 2 is your constant. Exponential u, my u is minus 2x. The derivative of minus 2x is minus 2. So when we rearrange our factors, I copy my first term, I write my constant first, so it's minus 2, c sub 2 exponential minus 2x. Okay? Y double prime, so I have to continue differentiating my first derivative. So that is still the same, no? So c sub 1 exponential x, and then my constant factor here is minus 2 c sub 2. And I have the exponential u, again my u is the a, minus 2x, derivative of which is minus 2. Then simplified as c sub 1 exponential x, the product of this constant is now a positive 4 c sub 2 exponential of minus 2x. No? So, first order, second order derivative, then I can go back to the DA where I have to substitute the different derivatives I solved. Okay, y double prime. What is your y double prime? Collect the terms out from the y double prime. So, I have my y double prime in bracket. I have my y prime, which is this one. Okay, so I collected them, and that's equal to 2y. Now, so you have to verify, and if you want to reduce that into an algebraic identity, so you try to consider which expression is much simpler than the other. So this is the simpler side of your equation. So I have to reduce this, be similar to 2y. Okay? So collecting and combining terms similar, my c1, okay, combine. So if you combine our c1, so there is a disturbance, sorry. Okay? So your c1 term is 2c1 exponential x. Okay, then we have the sum of these two is also 2c sub 2 exponential minus 2x. It should be equal to 2y if this is really a solution. Now if I have 2y here, try to notice that there's 2, which is common in every term. No? So if I have to remove 2 by factoring, Okay, then I have the other factor, which is the sum of two exponential functions. No? So we have c sub 1 exponential x plus c sub 2 exponential minus 2x. So when verifying, try to bear in mind the expression that you intend to arrive, which is the 2y. So if there's 2, dapat this must be y. Okay, now, if you look at the given, again, no? So, your y is equal to c sub 1 exponential x. So, this is exactly the expression defining your y. So, this is 2 times y, which is also 2y on the other side. So, you were able to show that it reduces into an algebraic identity, or it satisfies the DE. Therefore, the c sub 1 exponential x plus c sub 2 exponential minus 2x is a solution to the differential equation. So you have to give, or you have to state your conclusion as your final answer, which is supported by this verification. So you have to show that there is an algebraic identity arrived. No? So we're able to arrive with an algebraic identity. So you were able to satisfy the conditions. No? So therefore, you can now go with the conclusion. Okay? Now, in number 2, okay, you are asked to show that y equal to c sub 1 sine of 3x plus c sub 2 is also a solution to a second order derivative of function plus 9y, and it must be equal to 0. Okay, to show, consider the given. Identify which is a solution, which is a D. So, an equation which do not contain a derivative is a solution. The one that contains a derivative is the D. But I can just say this is just a possible solution because I still need to verify. Okay? So, in my DA, I need a derivative of second order, then a function as my second term, or 9 times the function as my second term, and it should be equal to 0. So, the function is involving trigonometric function. I need to differentiate twice to have a derivative of second order. Okay, so I have to recall the formula differentiating a trigonometric function, sine function, and the derivative of which is, okay, so it's given as a cosine u du. Then the derivative of sine u is a negative sine u du. Okay, so there we have, okay, first derivative, c sub 1 cosine, okay, this is your u, di ba? Then I can have the derivative which is 3. Okay, that's equal to, okay, so I can rearrange my factor, multiplying 3 with a c sub 1 being a constant, and then, okay, so this is my y prime. The y double prime, I have a constant factor, and take the derivative of a cosine under this formula, which is a negative sine u. Derivative of your u with respect to x is 3. Okay, so multiplying your constant, so I have minus 9 c sub 1 sine of 3x plus c sub 2. Okay, first derivative, second derivative. My DA needs only a second derivative of the function, so I have to collect the expression out from my second derivative. Okay, so substituting these derivatives to the DA, y double prime is what I need. Okay, so I have 9 minus 9, c sub 1 sine 3x plus c sub 2 plus 9y. So if there is minus 9, to make it equal to 0, when added to 9y, dapat it must be paired with another y here. So it must be minus 9y plus 9y to make it equal to 0. But is it true, that the c sub 1 sine of 3x plus 2 is your y? Okay, so from the given, so it is really y. So it's minus 9y plus the 9y equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. It shows that the equation is exactly satisfied. So it reduces into an algebraic identity. So this is your conclusion. Okay, then number 3. Example number 3. You are asked to show that the logarithm, the ln x, natural log, plus the ratio of y over x is equal to c. And the solution is a solution to the DE. The DE is the second equation, which is x minus y, or a quantity x minus y plus a product of x, y prime is equal to 0. Okay? So to show So consider the given. I have a dA containing the derivative. I have the possible solution, which is this one. Okay? So from the solution, so I need to differentiate. So I have to consider the kind of function involved. Logarithmic function, if differentiated, we have this as the derivative. Now, this is the formula for the natural log, ln u. And then plus, another term is expressed as a ratio. So I have to consider the quotient rule. Okay, so we have u over v. Okay, applying those formulas. So I can apply the implicit differentiation to differentiate each term with respect to x. ln x or ln u form, so 1 over x. Derivative of x with respect to x is 1. So the derivative of your first term is just 1 over x. Now, under a ratio, no? So we have y over x. Okay? So we can apply this formula. So my x is our is our v. So x squared. X with the derivative of y with respect to x is y prime. No? So in a term involving y, under an implicit differentiation is the one which will produce our y prime. So the second term is minus u, the numerator is y. Derivative of x with respect to x is 1. Okay? So simplifying this, by multiplying with the LCD to remove this expression, so the LCD is x squared. No? So multiply each term with a x squared. Okay, so this is now the equation form. X for your first term, no? After I multiply with x squared, then plus. Okay, so we have xy prime minus y equal to 0. Solving for the y prime out from this term, transposing your y on the other side, minus x and divide with x. So this is your y prime, no? So substitute to the dA. Where is your dA? This one. Okay, so substituting that to the dA. Okay, again, I presented the differential equation. I can replace my y prime, evaluated y prime, to the equation. Okay, so we have on that x minus y plus x. And this is your y prime. So, x is out. So, x minus y plus y minus x. So, combining all x, so they are opposite. The sum is 0. This is also an opposite. So, that's equal to 0. So, 0 is equal to 0. So, conclusion can be drawn. Since it reduces to an algebraic identity or satisfies the dA, thus the ln x plus the y over x is equal to c is a solution to the differential equation. Okay, so thank you for watching and a continuation of this now in the next video. Okay, so I hope I'm adding knowledge as you listen. Okay, so thank you for following with our channel. Okay, so bye-bye.